Chicago, Cook County, if they were married. So
And they went on their lunch hour and got married, and then they went back to work.
So then when my parents heard about it, they had to have a Jewish
How did
wedding.
Mom find out she was married with the milk companies? It said that letter,
I don't remember what
they
it
wanted you
was.
to take milk.
No, something like that.
How many kids did Dorothy have?
Oh,
And they're the ones in San Francisco?
Yes. One's in Oakland,
Oakland?
one's in New York, and one's in Richmond. And they're basically my age. Two are older than I am, one's younger.
Katie,
Katie's a year younger, Ellen's a year older. I'm a year and a half. I'm in the middle of Katie and Ellen, and Bob is older.
How old was she when she died?
She was 42. She was young. She'd been sick for about 10 years. But then she got this job as a vocational counselor in New York.
so did she graduate from college?
What?
So she was a college graduate?
Dorothy was. Oh, wait a minute. You could get graduated from 2 years from Crane College.
But Eli had a,
Yeah.
He was,
Kay and I were engaged, and it was my senior year at Illinois, and I was, going around looking for places to work, and I had some appointments in New York, and I wound up staying with Eli and Dorothy, and they were very hospitable. Dorothy was coughing a lot at that point. I think she died within a year. Well, this was 54.
She died when Beth was,
I remember I was about 15 years old. I remember staying
right before Beth.
with Grandma and Grandpa.
Then when Dorothy died, she died
he
suddenly.
died the day before Jeffrey was born.
Okay.
Jeffrey, when were you born?
October
59.
14th.
His middle name is David.
October
Middle name was
14th.
Yes.
Wasn't his middle name after 1959?
59, October.
David.
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 Dorothy.
What?
After Dorothy?
but didn't Eli, wasn't he in the 60s? Wasn't he had his picture taken with President Kennedy?
No, yes, he was on, who was, like the Goldbergs. What was was it Goldbergs? It was on Kennedy's staff.
The Justice Goldberg?
What? Arthur Goldberg.
Mom, why don't you go back and tell how Dorothy's children lived with us when she got sick?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that would be her history.
Well, it is. It's all family history that they don't know about.
Came and stayed with us.
What year was that?
About 19, yeah.
Kayla was how old?
I was 5.
Ellen was in second grade.
I was 5.
I
was in
remember Ellen
kindergarten.
was in second grade.
So it was about 1950.
Yeah, before
49,
I was
50.
married. So they stayed with us, and we only had actually it was called a one-bedroom apartment, and we had a sunroom. So we had a kind of crowded house for a while.
So it was a living room, a dining room, a bedroom, and this little sunroom that's as big as the deck out there, only it was a real room, closed in.
How long did they stay with you?
About 6 months.
6 months, the whole winter.
Did they go to school in there?
Yeah.
Rose was very busy.
Boy, mornings were hell. I'd say, Bob, he'd eat real fast. I'd say, get through so the girls could go in the bathroom. No, he had to wait till they went.
One bathroom. 7 people.
I never met Dorothy.
No, it was before.
I know. Until I lived in college.
No, by the time you came, we lived on Essex.
I know.
Now that's where I put the kitchen in. To get that apartment, we put a kitchen in. There was always ways of going.
Aaron, get away from the paper.
What?
Marlene and I lived around the corner.
Yeah. By the time you were able to get apartments by that time.
Well, she was in a new building.
Right.
Where did you live?
Essex Avenue, that's, not too far from the lake. About a mile from the lake.
Around the corner. This is the one in Essex was the shotgun one that I spent so much time at?
Right.
No, that's where you were born.
What?
Wait, Essex, excuse me, Essex.
She's right.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But when Dorothy's kids lived with us, we were on
67.
Ridgeland, across
And now
from.
that's a condominium.
Yeah, they're making a condominium out of the old buildings.
And they were living at 87th and Essex,
81st in Essex.
81st and Essex, and it was 5300 north and near Kimball. So Kay and I, were dating at school, but if we'd come in for a holiday or something, I had to schlep all the way from the north side to the south side.
It's just
That
right.
was-
And it was
Now,
present.
now this is before the Edens and the Kennedy Expressway were there.
Was
so
O'Hare there?
the transportation was down the outer drive.
When was O'Hare built there? When we used to go to the airport, oh,
It was Orchard first, wasn't it?
it was Midway we went to, but
When you went to school, you took a train.
when I went to school, I took
Gentleman's
the train.
quarter?
But when I was 10 years,
Oh, GU,
I was
right.
10 years old when Dad decided to move to California.
Oh, yeah, we're not that far altogether.
Tell us.
But that's not a birth history.
Yes, it is.
So tell us.
Larry decided he wanted to live in California. So he, I think it was half a dozen men took, I don't know how many cars, that was right after the war. They couldn't get cars. But this one fellow was able to buy cars. And they drove these, I think it was 4 cars to
Aaron.
California.
Pay attention to this.
And he went in business there for,
6 months.
I don't know how long. They couldn't find housing.
You stayed here?
I stayed here, and he kept this business here. Lester ran it. And he was there. They bought a supermarket. And there in California, they were open 7 days a week till 12 o'clock at night. He sends me a house he could buy. It's one of the actors, I can't think of his name, a comedian, and his house. It had a swimming pool. But the house, the measurements, were no bigger than my apartment here. And I said, for this I'm going to live, you're going to work till 12 o'clock at night, and I'm going to move to California.
Said no way.
So, he
I thought they flipped the coin.
what?
I thought they flipped the coin.
He and Max.
Oh, apartment came, a house came up, and they tossed for it. And his partner got the toss. So it would be, either one would come back. So Larry came back.
Keep the business and keep the house. Was the deal was if you won the toss, you got the business and the house.
They still had a car. They had to give this guy a car to get that house. Things were,
So if Larry had stayed out there,
We'd all be Californians.
you wouldn't be here.
Larry had this friend who, when he
And
took
Kay
a
would be living in poverty.
he opened up a car dealership. Yeah, that's why he had these 4 cars to start out with to sell. He became very successful. And whoever went to there, he'd give him a car to use. Yes.
When he went on a vacation.
No matter who went, you go.
We went
I got
there,
one.
he took us to Palm Springs.
I got one. I got a car. My car. We went to California. My car had trouble. He says, "Here, take this one. Go to Knott'sberry Farm."
And Maureen would tell you what to do. And Larry and I would go out and say, do we have to do what you said? He said, yes.
Well, we want to thank you. Obviously, we're all here. We'll have supper together, but thank you, Rose and Hannah, for sharing, and thank everyone for coming.